Welcome parents and students alike to today's lesson on comparing fractions. Well, today we learned that two things. When we compare fractions that have the same numerator, then the smaller denominator will be the greatest value, will take up the greatest area. In other words, 3/4 is greater than 3/8. Just a quick review on the lesson and the reasoning that we told the kids. On this fraction, the unit fraction is 1/4. In this fraction, the unit fraction is 1/8. 1/4 is greater than 1/8. Now, students always assume that because 8 seems to be a greater value, that it's a bigger fraction. But in fact, when you think about it, on a unit fraction of 1/4, the whole is divided up into 4 pieces. On the 1/8, the unit fraction is divided up into 8 pieces. And you can see that when you divide it up into 8 pieces, each piece is smaller. Therefore, 3 pieces of a big section is greater than 3 pieces of a small section. On the other hand, over here, when the denominators are the same, that means each one is divided equally. So this one, the unit fraction is 1/8. On this one, the unit fraction is also 1/8. So the unit fractions are equal. So if you have 5 of these pieces, 2, 3, 4, 5, you could see that the area that I've covered is larger than 3. 1, 2, 3. You can see this one's not even a half. You can see this one is greater than a half. Therefore, when the denominators are the same, you look at the numerator. If the numerator has a larger number, then it's a greater fraction. All right, let's skip to 9. Here we have two situations. We have different numerators, and then we have different denominators. A good way to do it is to draw it, divide this into fourths. We have 1, 2, 3, it's 3/4. This one is divided into thirds, and you can divide that into thirds. And you could see that now it's a little bit harder, the way I drew it, it's a little bit harder to compare. So 3, the 3 in the bottom is greater. 1/3 is a greater unit fraction. 1/4 is the smaller unit fraction. So is 2 of the big ones smaller than 3 of the small ones? Let me flip it around, and maybe this is even better. This is better to show it this way. So here we have 1, 2, 3/4. 1, 2, 3/4. And then here's the thirds. 1, 2. You have this on your student's paper. It's the back side of the homework. So you can see that 3/4 is bigger than 2/3 by a little bit. Another trick I was showing the students is you can cross multiply. Let me erase the unit fractions. When you cross multiply, 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 4 is 8. So you could see that 3/4 is greater than 2/3. Here's another one. You know, it's really the only one that has different denominators and different numerators, so that's going to throw your students off. Let's go up to 2. We have the same numerator, so we have 2 pieces. I tell the students here that there's a pizza that's divided up into 6 sections. Here's a pizza divided up into 5 sections. Another way to say it is 6 people are invited to this party, 5 people are invited to this party. So when there's only 5 people, you can divide the sections into bigger portions. You can divide the pizza into bigger slices than if there's 6 people. When there's 6 people, you have to divide the pizza into smaller slices. So when the numerators, this means that there's 2 pieces. Here, there's 2 pieces. So this is a bigger piece. So 2 big pieces is greater than 2 small pieces. All right, so this tells you the whole, how much are there altogether. There's 5 altogether. And this tells you the part. This tells you how many out of the whole that you're getting. So there's 2 slices missing out of 5. There's 2 slices missing out of 6. The 5 is going to be cut bigger because you're only sharing with 5 people. The slices are going to be cut smaller because you're sharing with 6 people. So 2 of the big ones are greater than 2 of the small ones. Again, this is a less than symbol, so 2/6 is less than 2/5. The mouth opens up big to the bigger number or the bigger fraction. Okay, when they're divided equally, this one, I didn't do that very well. Okay, here we go. This is divided up into 6ths. And when you do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is divided up into 6ths. And then this is all but 1. There's 5, 6. Anyway, you can see that the area covered is much bigger than the area covered here. So this is bigger. So when the denominator is the same, the bigger numerator wins. And then this one is equal to, because here's 4, and then all of them are shaded. So this is the same as 1 whole. This one's divided up into thirds, and then all 3 are shaded. And this is 1 whole. So you can see 1 whole is equal to 1 whole. 4/4 is equal to 3/3. There's nothing missing. They're equal. All right, I can skip down to the word problem. Selena had 5 out of 6 answers correct. We circle this, so 5 out of 6 are correct on her science quiz. Her friend Anna got 4 answers out of 6. So Anna got 4 out of 6. It says here, show your work here. We'll skip over to this in a second. Which friend answered, here, let's underline the question. Which friend answered a greater fraction of the questions correctly? In other words, which one of these is greater? We've been doing that when the denominators are the same, then whichever fraction has a greater numerator wins. So who won? Anna or Selena? Well, Selena got 5 out of 6. And Anna got 4 out of 6. So who did better? Selena, of course. She only missed 1. Anna missed 2. So maybe your students will understand that. She got the better grade, 5 out of 6. All right, Jay ate 2/3 of a pepperoni pizza. Daryl ate 2/4 of a mushroom pizza. If the pizza pans are the same size, who ate the greater fraction of a whole pizza? In other words, which one is greater? 2/3 or 2/4? Well, when the numerators are equal, then the smaller denominator wins. Okay, so Jay's pizza is divided into 3 groups. Daryl's pizza is divided into 4 groups or 4 slices. I'm not making my lines very well. If the pizza pans, the circles are the same. Which one ate a greater fraction? They both ate 2 slices. So Daryl ate exactly half. And you could see that Jay ate more than a half. If this is a half, this is a half. You could see that this is just a half, but this is better than a half. He ate more. His slices, each slice was cut bigger. So 2 of a bigger slice is bigger than 2 of a smaller slice. So the answer is 2/3 is greater than 2/4. So who ate a greater portion? Jay ate more. Which friend answered a greater fraction of the questions correctly? Selena did. And then you can show your work. 5/6 is greater than 4/6. All right. Real quickly, on the back side, read each problem first, and then cross out any extra information or circle hidden information, and then solve. Let's see, I think I was good the way I was. Jordan keeps track of rainy days for 1 year. Well, 1 year is the hidden information. This year, he counted 27 weeks with at least 1 rainy day. How many weeks, how many weeks had no rain? So this is going to be my label. And that also tells me that the hidden information is how many weeks are in 1 year. I believe it's 52. So 52 weeks, we take away all the weeks that had at least 1 rainy day. We take that away from the total, and that will equal the weeks with let's have N represent no rainy days. So we'll show our work here. 52 minus 27. We start in the ones place. Can we take 7 away from 2? No. We say that we ungroup one of the tens from the tens place. We're left with 4 tens. And then we add the 10 to the 2, so we have 12 tens. Now we have enough tens to take away 7. 12 take away 7 is 5. 4 take away 2 is 2. So the answer is N equals 25, or 25 weeks had no rainy days. Claudia scored 275 points on a video game. Hannah scores 267 points on a same video game. The high scores for the same game is 306. The question is, how many points did the girl score in all? In all tells us to add or multiply. Well, we could see there's no repeating numbers, so we're going to add. The unnecessary information is, who cares about the high score? We just want to add the 2 together. 275 plus 260.